Hello everyone, Not Dead Yet here, and today we are looking at a video called Who Hits Harder, featuring Bryce Hall and Taylor Holder, TikToker versus YouTuber, put out by Life of Bradley Martin. In this video, Bradley Martin takes punches from Bryce Hall and Taylor Holder. I have no idea who these two people are, but I'm gonna give the video a watch, let you know my thoughts on what Bradley Martin is doing, let you guys know how good Bryce Hall and Taylor Holder's boxing actually is, and hopefully give you guys a few tips to improve your boxing. So without further ado, let's get into this video. I will be watching it on my phone as opposed to on my laptop, which is how I usually do my reaction videos, so this is a new format for me because I don't really have the ability to jerry-rig up some recording stuff for my laptop, so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully this is relatively easy for me to edit. Editing me, I am pressing the video now in 3, 2, 1...
Alright guys, listen, I don't know how this happened, I don't know why I'm here. Yes, I do know why, it's because I asked. I'm the guy, I guess I'm getting punched in the face, so KSI and Logan punched me back in the day, boom, maybe roll a clip, we'll get you the clip, fucking roll the clip, boom, Logan, boom, KSI, it was pretty good. Now we're gonna find out who punches harder between the TikTokers and the YouTubers.
Okay, so KSI and Logan Paul both punched him in the face. I have a few qualms with that, but I want to kind of skip ahead forward to where he starts to get punched, and then I'll talk a little bit about what's stupid about this whole ordeal.
Yep. Okay, that's good. Let's get one more just for measure. Okay, that was a better one. All right, now let's get the stomach. All right, ready? Yep. Go. Yes.
Okay, so there we go. Yeah, it's just like I thought. This is incredibly dumb. This is stupid. Do not do this. To anybody who is watching this, to anyone who likes Bradley Martin, anyone who is impressionable, do not do this. He is getting punched in the jaw with headgear. I would have much rather seen him get punched in the face with no headgear and a mouth guard than headgear and no mouth guard. Headgear does not protect you. All headgear does is stop you from getting cut. It stops headbutts and it stops cuts. It does not stop impact. Bradley Martin could feasibly get knocked out here if one of these guys punch hard enough. And they are outside of zoo culture, I think? So they are outside on concrete. Can you imagine if someone clocked Bradley Martin in the jaw and he dropped and bounced his head off the concrete? And sure, the headgear would protect his head from getting cut and broken, but that's still a lot of head trauma. You don't want to just stand there and take punches to the face. Boxers don't do that. The whole point of boxing is to not get punched in the face. A famous saying at my old club was, boxing is like Christmas. It's better to give than to receive. You do not want to do this, and I cannot stress this enough. I don't care how fucking big you are. I don't care if you're over 6'5", 250 pounds. You do not want to be just standing there like this, waiting to get punched in the jaw. If this were me, I would have knocked Bradley Martin the fuck out. You do not want to do this. Okay? But headgear does not protect you. You think because you're wearing headgear you're safe? You think just because you're wearing headgear, oh, it's fine, I'm wearing headgear. No! Mouth guards are better, because they allow you to clench your jaw harder without grinding your teeth. And so, so without a mouth guard, you are more likely to get your jaw moved and jaw broken or dislocated. A mouth guard allows you to bite down hard and clench your face and kind of absorb impact more. I would have much preferred him do it with a mouth guard and no headgear than a headgear and no mouth guard. When he was doing it with KSI and Logan Paul, you see that he's biting down on a towel. Not ideal, but still better than absolutely nothing. This is fucking dumb. Do not do this. Now, in terms of the boxing, I'm going to go back and have a quick look at it real quickly. Give me 1 second. Hey, so I was actually editing this video and I thought of a story that would hopefully help emphasize just how stupid what Bradley Martin is currently doing truly is. So, I've been punched in the face so hard before that I went completely blind. Me and this other guy were fighting and boom, he connects a fist and everything goes completely black. I cannot see a single thing, right? I'm just like, I can't see. And then little by little bits of light start to kind of poke through the darkness. And then I can see again, but everything is incredibly blurry, and I'm talking super blurry. All I can really see are shapes and colors, right? And then everything focuses up and, okay, hello, I'm back, let's go. That happened to me in a sparring match, which means 16-ounce gloves, that's a pound of padding, mouth guard, headgear, and most importantly, we were not trying to hurt each other. We were not trying to knock the other person out. And I got hit so hard I went completely blind. What was that? I was talking to another fighter friend of mine, and he said that I was out on my feet. Your body doesn't always just get knocked out cold, especially right away. It can go through stages, and so that was my one real experience of being out on my feet. Hit so hard I went completely blind. Bradley Martin is doing this with no mouth guard, and the people that are hitting him are trying to hit them allegedly as hard as they can so he can gauge their power. I hope that puts into perspective just how truly stupid what he is doing is. But anyway, back to the real-time review.
Yep. Okay. That's good.
That was a really bad jab. In terms of actual punching, this is not a power punch. I don't know who this guy is, so I'm going to call him Red Hat because he's wearing a red hat. He threw a jab out lightly like this and then brought it back down to his like nipples. That is bad. That is asking for a counter. That is asking for an overhand right to your jaw. Get your head fucking cranked. Yeah, that's what you're asking for. Don't do this. And again, for people that are going to be like, oh, well, obviously he's going a little bit lighter. He's not going to throw a knockout punch because, Bradley Martin's not wearing a mouth guard, like you said. Well, but here's the thing. They're gauging how powerful their punches are. So why would they throw weak punches if you want to gauge their power? If they're actually throwing power punches, then they should throw power punches. That is not the kind of punch you should throw, by the way. If you want to throw a power punch, make sure it's your rear hand. But it seems like they were going with jabs. So if you want to throw a power jab, you don't throw a power jab like this, right? This is not a power jab. This is a light, fast jab that you use to kind of stick in your opponent's face and get him away from you. If you want to throw a power jab, you throw what is called the Jolt. And I'll explain to you what the Jolt is relatively quickly. So you stand like this in your boxing stance, right? You lift your front foot up. I'm exaggerating a little bit so you guys can see. Obviously, you can't see my whole body. You lift your front foot up and you fall forward. You fall forward like that to generate momentum. That falling, you let gravity add force to your punch, and on top of gravity, you push off of your back foot to add even more force behind that punch. So you end up doing this, right? You fall forward like that, and then as you fall forward like that, you throw out a really strong, stiff jab like this. This is what it looks like, all-encompassing. And you do it like that, and the reason why it's a stiff jab and the reason why you hold it like this as opposed to a regular fist like this is because the Jolt is made to split the guard. If someone has their gloves tight like this, you have your fist like this to hopefully fit the fist through that little hole that you see in between my forearms, and that'll shatter his guard and push him back. One downfall of the Jolt, however, is as you can see, it is a very slow punch to start and to end. It is incredibly punishable. Boom. The way you counter that punishability is by following it up with combo. So you throw a Jolt, and then maybe an overhand right, and then an uppercut. But even still, that is incredibly punishable. All they have to do to really dodge the Jolt is take a big step backwards, and you are falling forward. So falling forward means you have to catch yourself. And catching yourself and stopping that momentum takes time and energy. So one thing that I will recommend to any of you that want to try and do the Jolt, do not do it in the center of the ring. There are people who can, and if you can do it, all the power to you, but it's still relatively risky. The safest place to use the Jolt is to use it when your opponent's back is against the ropes. They cannot run. That way you can really push them into the ropes, pressure them, and then follow up with whatever else you need to do to keep them onto the ropes. Now, that is what I would do if someone was like, oh, give me your most powerful jab. Let's test how strong you can actually hit. I would not stand in front of them like this and go, because that, even if it's powerful, even if it's a powerful stiff jab, it will not be as powerful as the Jolt, because the Jolt has your body weight, gravity, and the force of your back foot pushing off, and the force of you stiff arming them, all culminating into what can actually feasibly be a knockout jab. This most likely won't knock somebody out. However, the Jolt has knockout power. Okay, back to the video now. And again, red hat, bring your hand back to your face.
Let's get one more just for measure. Okay,
and he's doing it again.
Alright, now let's get the stomach.
And he does, and again, he throws the jab out and he brings it back here. He starts out like this, right? And he goes like this. Bringing it back here is asking for an overhand counter. You're asking for it. I would love it if you would jab at me like that. That is literally free shots to your jaw with one of the most powerful punches I can throw, an overhand right. So please, if you and I ever fight, which I doubt you will, you have way more followers than I am, and I'm an actual boxer. Jab like that. I believe it was George St. Pierre who said, "Never interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake." Okay, now they're doing the stomach. Really sloppy, really sloppy punches, but at least he's bringing his hand back to his face this time. But as you can see, he stands beside him like this, and he's throwing punches like this. He lands them almost like this, like he's slapping. He's giving him a nice pat on the tum-tum. You don't want to do that. This, again, as always, whenever you're throwing a hook, you don't want to throw it like this because you can tweak your elbow by having this stop and then your elbow continues to go forward and you hurt your joint in your elbow, and that's never a fun time. You want to go like this. And again, tweaking your elbow like this, you're losing power. This is not as powerful as this because with this, I can actually push through with my arm, shoulder, and body. This, I can't push anything. Try to push something. Imagine you have something in front of you. Try pushing something like this, and then try pushing something like this. That's the difference between throwing the hook right and throwing the hook wrong. You want to push that fist into your opponent's stomach. But again, this is not how I would throw a power body shot. These would be stuff like that. This is how I would throw it quickly if I'm trying to kind of, if I'm standing in front of someone and it's, that is how I would throw it if I were trying to kind of pepper them with moderate intensity punches. If I was to, okay, I want a mix of speed and power, those are the types of punches I'd be throwing. It'd be like, okay, right? Not purely focused on speed, but also not purely focused on power either. What you want to do for a power punch is line yourself up beside your opponent, right? Because there are places that are more advantageous for throwing power punches than others. I wouldn't actually stand beside them like this. I would stand square on, right? And I would aim more right here instead of trying to punch in the stomach, because punching here is way better for standing square on when you throw straight shots. And I would prefer to kind of loop and try and catch them in the floating ribs area. But even standing here, right? What you want to do when you throw a power punch is start by dropping onto your back foot. You load all of your weight onto your back foot like this. So you start like that. So if I'm standing like this, which is how he was standing, I start by dropping all of my weight. Can you guys see me? Yes, you can. All of my weight onto my back foot. This loads up. This cocks my shoulder back and loads all of my weight onto my back foot to be transferred onto my front foot. Then what I would do is I would, depending on where you are and how safe it is to do this, because there are places where it is safe for you to do this, I would drop my backhand. Can you see it? Yes, no, you can't. Okay, I'll go from this side. So I would go like this, drop my backhand like this. Oh, why would you drop your backhand? Because it's safe to do that. 1 second. Can you see this chair? That's good. That's all you need. Let's say this chair is my opponent, right? If this is my opponent's right shoulder, right, and this is my left shoulder, I'm trying to hit the opposite end of the chair. I can't. So you are safe here. This whole side of my body is completely safe from harm. So if I'm standing here like this, I would twist all of my weight onto my back foot and then drop this hand, because this side is up to protect the side that's actually in danger. This one's down. You see what I mean? So we're standing like this. I would go onto my back foot. Drop this hand. So I'm looking like this, right? Drop this hand. I would, from this back here, go all the way out, loop the punch, and twist all of my, transfer all of my weight onto my front foot, twisting my body as I go, and that big loop, that arc creates momentum and force, and that up and down motion is more drive. And the reason why we drop our hand is not only to create a bigger arc, but to take advantage of something called the elasticity of the muscles. The elasticity of the muscles and the tendons. It's basically like pulling back an elastic band and letting it go, and it snaps. So you go here, you bring back this, and you stretch the muscle, and then you fire it off. And as in firing it off, the muscle stretches out, and then kind of rebands back, and adds even more force into your punch. Like this. And that is how I would throw a power punch, to really try and hurt someone. That is how you throw a power hook. That is how you throw knockout hooks. Now, again, are there downsides to throwing punches like this? Yes. The downside of throwing a punch like this is that it is long. It takes time. You are sacrificing speed for power. This is a power punch. And again, you're dropping one hand. However, these issues can be mitigated by throwing them at the right time. If you know kind of your distancing, your positioning, and how to throw proper punches, these downsides aren't really downsides. It's just you need to know when, much like with the Jolt being unable to throw it at the center of the ring, you need to know when to be able to throw power punches like this. So once again, you're in your stance, you load up all your weight on your back foot, drop one hand to stretch out the muscles, and then you twist, turn your hips, transfer all your weight onto your front foot, and then fire off your hook into a big looping motion and land with your knuckles and your fist facing forward, not slapping your opponent. Ready? Like this. And it's that big turn that adds power and momentum into your punches. That is how you throw power punches. Okay, but back to Bradley Martin now. We're not even halfway through the video yet. Oh, yes, we are.
Yeah, I'm good.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Hit me in the face one more time. Go!
Go!
That was your best one. Yeah.
So, fight prediction real quick then. How many rounds are there?
5.
5 rounds, no headgear. Do you know how big the ring is?
It's like a normal ring.
Okay.
So a normal ring would be anywhere from 14 by 14 feet to 16 by 16 feet. I think the biggest rings go up to 18 by 18. So that's the general range of rings for anybody wondering. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know that. I'm pretty sure he's just saying, "Oh yeah, normal ring." I'm sure he doesn't know. Okay, white hat now.
Yep.
Actually, yeah, that was actually a decent jab. White hat, he threw it decently. He put in a bit of the principles of the Jolt there, especially with throwing it more like a stiff jab as opposed to a quick tap. No real complaints, to be honest. Decent jab. I can see that having some decent power behind it.
Yeah. I think he lit me up the hardest so far. I'm not sorry. Sorry.
You have a better left than me.
That was good. That was good. Quickness. Good shit. Good shit.
One more in. Let's see if I was right. Your hands up, man.
I can't get knocked out with a booger on my nose.
That's true.
Right? Because I've been on the floor with a booger. That'd be fucking stupid. Okay. Yep.
Oh, give me that.
Yeah, that was actually a decent jab. That was a decent stiff jab. Again, Bradley Martin should not be doing this without mouth guards. But all in all, White Hat's got a decent stiff jab.
Go. Yeah. That was good though.
Yeah. I got a little cut. Yeah, good shit.
You got a little cut. You see it? Can you see that shit?
Pull it up. Yeah, there it is right there.
Got a nice little cut.
Yeah.
Nice.
Come on. Let's go. We're drawing blood over here.
Okay, body shots now. There we go. Okay, it's not great. He's clearly winding up, but you can actually see him apply some of the principles that I talked about. He takes a small step back and loads up more weight onto his back foot. You see him go into that little arc to take advantage of the muscle stretch and the loop of the punch to add velocity and speed to the punch. And he lands hitting him square on with the fist as opposed to kind of slapping him. It seems like White Hat knows a little bit more what he's doing than Red Hat. Let's go again. Yeah, again, he's definitely not
I tried to play you on that.
great. His hands are all over the place. His hands aren't up. But in terms of mechanically, he's a lot better off than the Red Hat dude was. I don't know who this black guy is, but we'll see how good of a shot he can throw.
Yeah, good to go.
Don't stab what you got.
Yeah, it's cool. Okay. Yep. Oh, his was the best.
It looks okay. It was one punch. I can't really say anything too bad about it. It's hard to see when I can't see any of his legs. It was a quick tap. It wasn't a hard, like, boom, shot to the body, but those can still hurt a lot depending on how they land. So, no real criticisms on there, aside from maybe keeping his hands up. But again, it's a one-shot thing. They're going for power, so who knows?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder why his is the best.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, you're fucking fighting Gib.
Gib, yeah.
You excited for that?
It keeps changing, so hopefully this one stays. But yeah, I'm excited. I mean, dude, like I said, I'm excited to get in the ring. Like, I'm not like the guy that's like, fuck you, motherfucker, I'm gonna sleep this bitch, like da. Unless he starts saying some stupid shit to me.
Where's your back?
It's inside. But I'm just excited to get in the ring and show everybody that like I love to fight.
I kind of like this guy. I don't know who the hell he is, but I like his attitude. That's the kind of the same attitude I take towards fighting. I'm not one of these people that's like, oh, I'm the toughest guy around. I just love to fight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that like hate on it. They're like fucking TikTokers, like they think they can fight. I don't claim to be like a professional boxer, but I mean, hey, it takes balls to get in that ring. And
That's a fact, especially.
That is true. That is 100% true. I like this guy. I like this guy's attitude. You know, he's going like, listen, I'm no professional boxer. I'm just... But it does take courage to get into that ring, and I agree with that 100%. I like this guy. I like this white hat dude. He seems to kind of know where he stands in terms of the levels of boxing and what he can do and what he is, and I like that. I like his attitude.
Especially on a scale where, like, you know, all these people are gonna be watching.
yeah. So at some point, you gotta at least give him some type of respect, like all the other TikTokers, whether it's pitiful or not. You know,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, just his arm, it's full of tattoos, but like if you look at it, it's like a 14-year-old that hasn't hit puberty yet. There's no muscle insertions, there's nothing. And I'm just like, you're 29? Like,
Don't do me like that, bro.
no, but he's 29, but it's like, where's the muscle? It's like, you have to have at least worked out once in your life, like hard.
That is some really big talk for someone whose neck looks like my 80-year-old grandfather's shriveled up ball sack. Where's the muscle? I could say the exact same thing for you, dude. I've seen twigs with more muscle on them than your fucking arms. Hey, could I borrow your leg? I got some French toast stuck in my teeth from breakfast, and I think I need to pick it out. Not dead yet. You're one to talk, you skinny fat piece of shit. Yeah, but at least I actually know how to fucking box. If me and this guy were to step into the ring together, the second my fist hit his head, it would be a dramatic recreation of what happens when someone shoots a watermelon with a magnum.
Do not let that motherfucker do that to you either, bro.
Bro, please, like if that was to ever happen, I'm coming back here and letting all of you guys fuck me up at one time. Like I'm letting all of y'all jump.
I'll come in here, dude, in a thong if I get knocked out. Deadass.
But shake on it.
Yeah, shake on it. Yes.
Wait, let me get that.
Yeah, Austin, once you get knocked out, though, you have to come here in a thong.
All right, I gotta respect the
Bryce-
balls.
Bryce's
I
little
gotta
bitch
respect
right
the
here.
confidence of that.
You wouldn't do
100%.
that. You have to get it tatted. You have hella tattoos.
I wonder if he'll get knocked out and have to walk into zoo culture in a thong. All right, well, that's the video. Okay, so yeah, those are my thoughts. All in all, stupid. I think they're okay. They seem to have some knowledge of boxing. The guy in the white hat seemed to be a little bit better in terms of both mentality and overall skill than the white hat, red hat guy. But all in all, do not do this. This is a really stupid thing to do. People could get hurt feasibly doing this, and if you're going to do this, at least wear a mouth guard. That is literally the bare minimum protection. Like, at least wear a mouth guard, okay? It'd be like the equivalent of not wearing a condom but trying to pull out, wearing a headgear instead of a mouth guard, you know? Like, it doesn't work. Don't do this. But that is just my thoughts. Until next time, I'm not dead yet, and if you aren't either, there is always a tomorrow waiting for you.